Never trust a man that doesn't know how to handle rejection.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video guys, we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, why men can't seem to handle rejection. This is not about bashing anyone, it's about understanding behaviors, social dynamics, and the spoken pressures that lead to these reactions. So guys, I've put the videos together so that you watch and then learn. I'll be back to share my truths and what I think about today's video.
Never trust a man that doesn't know how to handle rejection. Never underestimate the feelings of a man who has been rejected. If this man states that he would kill you, you need to believe him and take the necessary precautions. Men who aren't able to handle rejection will result to physical violence and often verbal assaults on people who have done nothing to them but made a choice in which they have every right to the choice that they have made. They will even begin to harass and or stalk you. So it's very important that you keep in mind how you let someone down and make sure that you keep your distance from that person. Take everything serious because your life is extremely important.
So I saw this video recently where a girl was talking about how when you reject a man, you show him that you have no interest in him. No matter how much pressure he does, no matter how much he tries to persuade you into the relationship, no matter what he does, you never, as long as you've rejected him, you never go back. I completely agree. Men are not as forgiving as women. When women reject men, they feel, and later on they just give you a chance. They do it out of like pity, and they just do it like, okay, I'm just gonna give you a chance. Look, when you give a man a chance, a man that knows that he's your second option, when you give him a chance, he's gonna make your life miserable. He's going to make sure that you pay for it. He's going to make sure that you pay for making him being the second chance. He's going to make sure that you go through emotional torture. He's going to make sure that your emotion go in spiral. So when you reject men, just leave it the way it is. When you reject them, leave them alone. Don't go back. Don't try to change anything. It is what it is.
I think guys are the worst at handling rejection.
Like the worst. Like the first thing they do is bash the girl that they put all that effort into getting. What happened 2 weeks ago when she was gonna be the love of your life? Now she said no. Now she got a unibrow. She been had the unibrow.
She was saying she was your Beyonce last weekend.
Shawty my Beyonce. Now she ugly.
It's definitely a pride thing, and sometimes it's okay to be prideful. Like that's just a natural thing that happens. It's just the acting upon your pridefulness.
That's the biggest point.
All right, y'all. So I got a question. Have y'all ever had somebody get in your DMs, and when you talking to them, or even in person, and then you reject them, and then they get mad and start calling you out your name? And this is really for the females, really, because the guys do this to girls all the time. I don't know why. I don't know why that when a dude gets rejected, they turn to calling them out their name, calling the female all types of names. Like, bro, that don't even make sense. I seen this girl just post on Facebook. She screenshotted the chat, screenshot his profile, put him up so everybody can see his profile and see all the messages that he sent her, and then all the names he called her after she rejected him, bro. Like, I'd be curious, do y'all really think that's gonna help you? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if she rejects you, you may not even talk to her again, but the fact that now she screenshotted it, put it on her Facebook, so that means all her friends go see it, and possibly people that you may know might see it, friends, family. So then they looking at you like, damn, like, you going out bad right now, bro. You cannot do that. You cannot. You gotta look. If you the guys, right, and you going out or you talking to somebody on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you in the DM, you get rejected, bro. Just take it and just be like, hey, just be player about it. All you gotta do is, oh, okay, all good. Have a good night or whatever. You don't even have to respond. You could block them if you want to. You could do whatever you want, but you ain't got to curse them out, bro. That looks so lame. You can't do that. That's not player, man. Like for real. Like if you do that, you gotta work on yourself, bro. You gotta work on your confidence. You gotta work on that because that just shows like you so salty to the point where you gotta start cursing her out just because you mad because she don't like you. Maybe because you ugly, or maybe because she just not your type. She just look at you and be like, no, I'm good. She got a man. She talking to her ex, whatever. Who knows? But you can't be mad at that. Especially for guys, we go get rejected more than a female. So you know what I'm saying? We kind of more used to it than a female would be. You get what I'm saying? So y'all guys gotta stop doing that, bro. Like for real, cause it just make everybody look bad. And then when the next guy hop in the DM, she be like, "Oh, he probably go curse me out too if I don't want him." So then she definitely not gonna respond. She not even gonna get the next dude a chance. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stop doing that, bro. Y'all messing it up for everybody else.
So that's a video, guys. So I'm just here to share my two cents, like what I think about today's video, why men can't handle rejection. Okay, so guys, I just want to share my two cents, like straight what I think, because this is a very important topic. So let's start with obvious. Rejection hurts. It's uncomfortable for everyone, regardless of gender. But for men, there is often a deeper societal element at play. From a young age, men are taught that their worth is tied to their ability to win or conquer, whether that's in relationship, careers, or even societal status. So when rejection happens, it's not just about losing out on a debt or relationship. It can make feel like a personal attack on their ability or identity. Think about the pressure society places on men to be confident and sensitive and the one who makes the first move. While women are often encouraged to nurture or wait for adventures, men are expected to pursue risk rejection every time. And let's be real, how many of us were taught how to handle rejection gracefully? But here is where it gets messy. Instead of dealing with rejection constructively, some men rush out. You have probably heard stories or even experienced it where simple no turns into insults, anger, or even threats. It's unsettling, right? But it seems like from lack of teachings about rejection, because men are not taught how to handle that and how to handle their emotions. Society has not always encouraged men to process feelings of vulnerability or failure. Instead, they're often taught to suppress those emotions, which later erupt in unhealthy ways. It's also important to recognize how rejection ties into ego. For some men, rejection doesn't just bruise their feelings, it challenges their sense of control or entitlement. They may feel like they earned attention, affection, or chance simply because they showed interest. And when that expectation is not met, the response can be defensive or hostile. Now, not all men react negatively to rejection. There are plenty who handle it with grace and maturity. But when it is not the norm, a big part of the problem is how we, as a society, talk about rejection. We don't normalize this as a natural part of life. Instead, we attach it to shame, especially for men who often get rejected and are taught to man up, okay, always by the society and the people, and for people. So yeah, let's also talk about communication. Sometimes rejection is not delivered in the kindest way. Wow, no one is responsible for someone else's rejection. Being respectful is how we say no can go a long way. A simple, clear, and polite response can sometimes diffuse a potentially tense situation. But it is important, it's never your responsibility to manage someone else's emotions after rejection. If someone reacts poorly, that's on them. You are not obligated to soften the blow for someone who refuses to take accountability for their feelings. What's the solution? It starts with a teaching emotional resilience. Men need safe places to learn that rejection is not the end of the world. It doesn't define their worthy, and it's okay to feel disappointed, process those feelings, and move on without rushing out. It's also about shifting the narrative around the masculinity. Real strength is not about never failing, it's about your response to failure. A man who can handle rejection with grace shows emotional maturity and self confidence that far something like that can happen, okay? So what can we do? As women, we can set boundaries and stick to them without feeling guilty. And as a society, we can encourage men to embrace vulnerability without fear of judgment. It's not weakness, it's human, okay? You have to be like that. So rejection is a two-way street. How it's given and received matters. But ultimately, everyone deserves to feel safe, respected, and valued at the end of the day, guys. Okay, so whether they are in this process or they're saying no or they're hearing it, that's it. Okay, so guys, I don't have much to say. All I can say is that men need to have spaces. Okay, I think not a lot of people talk about men's mental health because rejection that does someone's bad. I've experienced rejection some several times where I felt so bad, like my heart was bleeding. You know, do you know that the heart pains when someone just rejects you like that? It does bad, guys. So I think we should also learn to do it polite and with respect to them. Like when saying no, don't have to say it in a very bad way. Yeah, you have to be polite and at least let someone process their feelings and all that. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you in the next episode.